Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Basketball Conference, the ACC Football Podcast. My name is Joey Weaver. He is Mike McDaniel. Mike, week one.
Back.
We made it. We have never been so back. And speaking of never having been so back, we got someone else special here with us.
Producer Scott's here.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
It's been a while.
Alive, well, and in the flesh, producer Scott. People, we were getting questions about Scott all offseason. Is he okay? Where did he run off? Did he abandon us? No.
Definitely alive. Definitely was just sleeping while they recorded these at this time of night.
Right.
But for this live show, I had to be present.
That's right.
Shout out to the 50 plus of you that newly subscribed on YouTube over the preview season. Thank you. Thank you.
Baby.
I'm going to pat my own back on that because none of those would be there without me.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
We'd still be recording on, was it Riverside?
Oh, God.
Or
yeah.
My wife asked me the other day if I knew anything about SoundCloud, and I was like, "Oh, let me tell you about SoundCloud."
Do we? Have you familiarized yourself with Google Hangouts?
Oh man, that was a time.
We record on just about everything. Zencaster.
Oh, that was a time.
That was awful. I tried that software. It was terrible. I was like, how do you use this?
Yeah, we stopped using that once it started dropping all of our recordings. That's when we decided we were going to move on to something different.
That's right. We are live, youtube.com/@the ACC Football Podcast. We are extremely on topic already, as you know, a show like this
and
should be.
Time. And on time.
On time, yeah.
On time.
Yeah,
it's true.
If you're 15 minutes late, you're on time. That's right. Or
Yep.
even 30 minutes late. Who knows? Who's counting? youtube.com/@the ACC Football Podcast. It is a couple minutes after 11 o'clock on the East Coast. It is Wednesday, August the 27th. Previewing week one. We have a loaded week one slate in the ACC with 16 games that we got to hit on. So we should probably not dilly-dally anymore. We should probably get into it. But before we can get into any games that we got to preview, Mike, can we do a quick throwback look back?
I think we have to. We had a week 0 game, Joey.
That's right. The Roback Look Back or the Roback Rapid Recap, either one. It's, however we want to brand it. Roback.com. Use promo code GOACC20 for 20% off your first order. Roback.com for all sorts of wonderful performance polos and T-shirts and activewear. It all looks great. It feels great. I love mine. Mike, Scott, y'all love yours. The game day collection, by the way, has been growing rapidly here in the last month or so.
Yeah, I think it's 12 out of 17 ACC schools are now in the game day collection. So that, and they just added new wear to Virginia Tech's collection. I think they added new stuff to other schools that already existed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out. Use the promo code. It still works. I tested it, verified it, bought other stuff. So go for it.
They've also apparently paid us. So
I was waiting for an exact dollar amount. It's are we just giving this away on the show?
Nope. I still haven't looked at it. So
oh, there you go. That's the spirit. Okay. Quick Roback look back at week 0. Roback rapid recap. We had one game in week 0. We've kind of alluded to it on a couple of shows so far, but let's just go ahead and dive in. Hawaii 23, Stanford 20. The locks did not come through on that one. We thought it was bad in Palo Alto. Mike, I think we might have underestimated how bad things are looking in Palo Alto.
Yeah. Listen, I don't regret the pick that I handed out. Stanford had the ball with, 5 minutes to go, up by 3, chance to essentially ice the game. They started throwing the ball for some reason. I don't know. Their most successful offense the entire game was running the football. It was clear that they could run the football, and to be honest with you, they did it fine for stretches of this game. They ran the ball fine, and they kept trying to throw it with Ben Gulbranson, who, man, is this the best you got?
Something other than sports.
Is this the best you got? Bad. Yeah. He was 15 of 30, so we're just going to go ahead and hand this out right now. This is your Kobe Bryant Memorial Volume Shooter of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, he was 15 of 30 for 109 yards and the interception that cost them the ball game, essentially. Really, really bad. Hawaii, Micah Alahado, he was fun, man. Like, his ankle was really not doing well for him, and he made some big time throws in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, to get them into field goal range and set up the game winner. But I don't regret handing out Stanford plus the 2.5. I don't regret handing out, obviously, the Hawaii team total under 26.5. That hit.
Yep.
The Stanford pick should have hit. It was kind of a toss-up the whole game. I don't want to say I was always on the right side of that, but in the fourth quarter, when you have the ball with a chance to go down and ice the game, run the clock out, and you can't do it, what do you got to do? So looked like the right side in the fourth quarter. So is what it is.
I just want to add, by the way, to Gulbranson's passing line, you said 15 to 30 for 109 and a pick. That includes a 36-yard completion to Chico Holt. And that was, and I think that was actually like a 2-yard completion that Chico Holt caught and ran for like 30 yards. So if you take that out, he was 14 of 29 for 73 yards.
Yeah.
That is a whole lot of nothing to be doing on 29 passing attempts and 14 completions. So, yeah, I like you said, I mean, I thought the run game for Stanford was okay. I thought the defense was okay. Like, not bad. And Hawaii, again, that quarterback, we were kind of talking about it. I mean, a little bit of a discount Tua look to him. I mean, some of that's the left-handed thing, but he's kind of mobile and he's a bit of a gunslinger. And I mean, for a guy who I thought he was a true freshman, I think he's actually like a redshirt freshman. Played a little bit last year, but like I was fairly impressed with him, so like in some level I could see that, maybe this could be a situation like last year where we were just assuming that Nevada was going to be just this garbage can team that nearly beat SMU in week 1 or week 0. And it turned out that Nevada was like a solidly decent team in the Mountain West and, not a total shame thing. I could see that being Hawaii this year. Like, honestly, like a decent team in the Mountain West, potentially, to where this isn't like a totally shameful loss. But either way, Stanford, this was one of your opportunities. And if you're out there and you've got a Stanford over 3.5 ticket, first of all, why? Second of all, God bless. Yeah, we why? No clue. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. You might get some kindling out of that ticket, if anything, but that's about it.
Yeah, it'll help you ignite the firewood.
We did have a Go ACC moment of the week in this game.
We had a couple, actually.
Wow.
There's your
dance, Joey.
Polynesian whatever.
Or a farming.
Or Indonesian.
Pat 40.
Yeah, I'll pull it. Don't worry. I referenced this on the podcast with Tony. I will bring it back up in a moment. Continue. That's our Go ACC moment of the week.
Yeah. Stanford, putting up a fight. They might have even had a lead at this point. And I forget who it was. Was it Jordan Washington? No, someone came up with a sack on maybe it was Clay. I think it was Clay Patterson. Clay Patterson comes up with a sack on Micah Alahado. Hawaii tries to run this like real razzle dazzle double reverse, like flea flicker kind of thing. And Clay Patterson is all over it and drops Alahado back there and does this, what do we say, Polynesian dragon boat or a farming guy dance in the backfield, which I only learned about like a month ago on the algorithm on Instagram. But
Pat 40's tweet. I have now learned what a, quote, Indonesian or a farming boat celebration is. And I have learned that it will cost you 15 college football yards in a key situation to help your team lose the lead. Stanford with the dumbass penalty.
Pat 40 just outright calling you a dumbass. Love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was basically, it was going to be at least second and long, but instead it turns into a first down for Hawaii, and I think they went down and scored. So congrats, Stanford. Not only are you fighting for basic competency, but you are also screwing around and getting dumb penalties. Go ACC to that.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Oh, yeah, that was Frank Reich trying to decide if he was going to call timeout or not.
My Go
Never
ACC
can tell.
moment of the week was, besides the dance, was just distressed Andrew Luck in the booth.
Yeah, what was that? Why are we? First of all, he's sitting right next to the offensive coordinator, and he's got the play sheet in front of him. Listen, it's hard enough to do your job without like your boss's boss sitting right next to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, hey, let's call this one right here.
Yeah.
A little uncomfy.
Hawaii 23, Stanford 20. Going to be a long year in Palo Alto.
It's going to be really bad, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think there is a very real barrel of 0-12 that we are staring down. That is squarely on the table if they couldn't get this one.
In play. Listen, if Gulbranson earned the starting nod, how bad were the other options?
Yikes. I mean, and then they kept him in there the whole game. Like, I get that it's week 1 or week 0, game 1, and they don't want to like kill his confidence, but like, confidence isn't doing a whole lot for Ben Gulbranson right now. Like,
He
it
can
doesn't matter if
only
he's confident or not.
He can only throw screen passes, and you mentioned this, Joey, over text. Like quick stuff, he seemed like a little more comfortable. Not even a little, a lot more comfortable. Anything where he had to like go through reads down the field, it was not going to be something that was going to result in a positive play for Stanford. They had like negative 0.35 expected points added per pass or something like that. Just not good.
Which I think the worst team in the country last year was negative 0.23. So this is like insanely like unprecedented bad for those keeping score at home.
Setting the forward pass back.
That's right.
Centuries.
Yeah,
that was your rowback look back at week 0. Once again, use promo code GOACC at GOACC20 at checkout for 20% off your first order at rowback.com. Shout out to them. Appreciate their support of the show. Mike, Scott, you want to get into some week 1 games?
It's time.
It is time. Let's do it. We're going to go through this in chronological order. This is like the big week of the year where it's Thursday, it's Friday, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, and it's
5
Monday.
straight days.
Yeah. So we're going to do these kind of in rough chronological order, at least by days, just so that, as people listen to this, you can hear the most pertinent stuff first. So let's start on Thursday, August the 28th at 7 p.m. on the ACC network. The East Carolina Pirates are on the road in Raleigh, taking on the NC State Wolfpack. NC State, a 14.5-point home favorite here. Total is 60.5. First of all, these teams played each other like 8 months ago in the bowl game.
Some bad blood.
Yeah, it was somewhere between a bowl game and like a WWE pay-per-view. There was a lot of back and forth and fighting and ejections and penalties and like all that good stuff. They are rivals. Like they play each other on a semi-regular basis, at least in history they have. East Carolina won that bowl game, and NC State's a 2-touchdown and the hook favorite at home. It feels like a lot, Mike.
Yeah, it does, especially for an NC State team where outside of CJ Bailey, we have a ton of questions. They've imported a new offensive line. They've imported skill position guys. They've imported a lot of playmakers on defense, at least guys they think they're going to contribute. If you listen to that NC State preview with James Henderson, there are a lot of questions about this team, and they're hoping that a lot of the guys that they picked out of the portal hit. That is a common theme in the ACC. There are a lot of teams that did that. That's why a lot of teams are, they have their win total set somewhere between like 5.5 and 7.5, because a lot of teams did the exact same thing. So NC State's got questions. I really liked what we saw out of CJ Bailey last year once he took over a starting job after Grayson McCall got hurt. Getting consistent snaps as a freshman and earning his stripes and just playing really well. So I think that's one thing, obviously, that NC State has going for them. I think they're in a much better place long-term at quarterback than maybe we thought they would be at this time last year, considering, MJ Morris leaving the program and you bring in McCall and you're like, okay, who's going to be the next guy after him? Well, it's unfortunate McCall got hurt, but at least you found your starting quarterback here for hopefully the next few seasons. Joe, you mentioned it, 14.5 does seem like a lot to me. NC State losing that bowl again, it's a bowl game, right? So take it with a grain of salt. East Carolina's got a lot of running backs coming back. Rajay Harris is not one of them. Harris killed NC State in the bowl game. So That's one thing that East Carolina does need to replace. They do have a returning starting quarterback in Caden Hauser. I do think that East Carolina has a chance to be game here, but NC State getting this at home. Again, the comfortability of CJ Bailey making a home start to open. But give me East Carolina plus the 14.5. A lot of points for an opener. NC State wins. I think they win by 10 or 12. Rather comfortably. I think East Carolina will be game, hang around for a little bit. But I'm not sure NC State's going to break outside 2 touchdowns. It seems like a big ask for an opener when there are a lot of question marks on both sides of the ball.
I'm with you. And frankly, I mean, we've done these previews and we've heard some things from all of our friends that joined us and did great jobs of informing us. But like in so many of these cases, it's like there's so much new with these teams on the ACC side and on the other side that it's really hard to really know what we're looking at and what to expect. And so I think on some of these, it's just going to be kind of getting a sense for what is the number and what's the general, I guess, vibe coming into the game, we'll say. This is a rivalry game. Again, NC State has some questions. I don't really know what to tell you about ECU this year. They might be good. They might be bad. I have no idea. But what I do know that they will be is fired up to come into Raleigh and try to play spoiler against the Wolfpack. There is nothing that East Carolina likes doing more than raiding Raleigh and ruining some people's days. So with a number that big, and I'll say to some degree, maybe with the bowl game to kind of back it up as further justification, but I'm not laying 14.5 points with a Dave Doran NC State team with a bunch of questions in a rivalry game 1. So yeah, give me the Pirates. I will not be locking anything up here. Who knows? Total 60.5. I don't know. Pass.
Under.
Maybe. East Carolina's defense could be terrible. Like maybe NC State's able to kind of just boat race them a little bit. I don't know.
NC State's defense was not great last year either. Like it was pretty. I mean, the attention was on the offense a lot because they lost McCall and it was a work in progress with Bailey early on, especially. But that defense for NC State was pretty piss poor for a lot of last year. So again, they portaled pretty hard there in theory, right? Defensively, they should be better. But yeah, I'm going to stay off this total for the opener with so many unknowns there.
I'll give you a pick just for like a gun to my head kind of thing. I'll take the over, but I don't feel confident about anything here, and I cannot recommend actually wagering your own money.
No,
on it. So
nope, no, thank you.
East Carolina plus the number. I think we both have NC State winning outright. I could see this being like uncomfortably close for NC State. Like this is like a 31-27 kind of win or something. Or I could also see NC State 41-10. I mean, that's on the table too. Like I just have no idea on some level here, but I do think NC State wins. I'm going to take East Carolina in the points. I've got the over. You have ECU as well here, Mike. No locks. Scott, we good?
Nothing.
Oh, I got you later.
All right. East Carolina for both of us and the over for me. Let's move on. 7:30 on Jefferson Pilot, a.k.a. ESPN Plus. The Duke Blue Devils at home taking on the Elon Phoenix, I believe.
Yep.
Duke, a 34.5 point home favorite. Why are you betting on FCS games? Total is 47.5.
Why aren't you betting on FCS games?
Oh, well, Darian Mensah makes his debut, starting out things on in Durham. So we get a first look at him. Manny Diaz, year 2. You really hope that this doesn't get a little squirrely because you'd really like to have a nice, easy start here if you're a Duke. Mike, I think they'll be fine.
Lamb, yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah. I kind of like the under 47.5 if I have to bet anything here, which I do not and will not. So traditionally, we actually don't make picks on these FCS games. But if anything here, I kind of like a low scoring game. I kind of feel like Duke might even pull like a shutout or something close to it and be fine scoring 31 points and just get out of there.
Yeah. I think Elon's going to have trouble moving the ball against Duke's defense. So
yeah. Yep, for sure. That is all we've got for Thursday night. Let's move on to Friday night if we're good.
Good.
Let's do it. Friday, August the 29th, we will start the Wake Forest Steeman Deeks at home taking on the Kennesaw State Owls. This is at 6 o'clock on the ACC network. Wake Forest, a 17.5 point favorite, totals 51.5. Mike, you know what I'm not doing with Wake Forest right now?
You're not going to lock up or lay them 17.5 with a new coach, a new quarterback, and an entirely new roster. It's Washington State East.
Yeah. Like hell, am I laying 17 and a hook? And especially with, by the way, all the questions that our guy Connor O'Neill had about this Wake offense. You think we're getting 18 plus points of separation? I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I ain't betting on it.
Kennesaw State was ass first year in the FBS. They were ass last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they went 2-10. They fired their coach halfway through the year. Coaching with an interim. Jerry Mack's debut. Jerry Mack. Yeah.
Where was he?
Don't know.
Wake did name Jake Dickert their starting quarterback.
No, they did not. They named Robbie Ashford their starting quarterback. Jake Dickert is their starting head coach.
Their starting head coach, right? Mid-season form. That's exactly right. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Kennesaw State plus a 17.5. Kind of leaning towards under 51.5. I think this could be a bit of an ugly rock fight situation.
Yeah. Kennesaw State's really bad. I think I think my favorite play in this game, if you were going to play something, would be the under. I think that's my favorite play here. I could see Wake winning this game by 20, but I wouldn't count on it. So
I do think Wake wins. I'm just saying I think that I don't trust them to get this level of separation from almost anybody right now. We'll have to see how that goes.
How's Kennesaw State's rushing defense? Because if they can't tackle Damon Claiborne, I think that's how you get the separation, obviously.
Check game on paper. Hold on. Vamp for a second. I'll come up with this.
Is Kennesaw State new to the FBS, right? Or are they new last year?
Yeah, new last year. Conference USA.
Just with my hometown Blue Hens. Go Hens.
Go Hens.
Taking on Deshaun Jackson's Dell State this weekend. Actually, tomorrow, I think.
Kennesaw State on defense. Not great. Not great. They were, 103rd in expected points allowed against the run on defense. 102nd EPA per play, 104th EPA per game, 107th in success rate. So that is not a good run defense team, which is a fair point, Mike.
Yeah. So, again, favorite play is the under. If you're going to lay them, more power to you.
Yeah.
But I'll pass on that.
Yeah. I might have to come back to this one later. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how everything else goes.
Man, I drive a hard bargain.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. After that, Mike, 8 o'clock on ESPN. By the way, I think I said that game was at 6 o'clock. It's actually at 7 o'clock on the ACC network in Eastern time. I'm looking at it in Central time, so I apologize for that. Mid-season form. 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. My Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets on the road in Boulder taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. Georgia Tech, a 4.5 point road favorite here. Total is 51.5. Mike, I was telling my dad earlier today, he was asking kind of how I'm feeling about it. I told him, when we talked about this game in February and March and April, I was like feeling pretty good about this spot. Like, I think that's going to be a really nice kind of coming out party for the team to start the year and all this stuff. And every day we get closer to this game, I get less and less sure, and I get more and more nervous. And it's like, if it's on the road, it's at altitude. Who knows what Colorado is going to look like on like either side of the ball? It's honestly, it's a little bit reminiscent of this Florida State game that they played last year in Ireland, except this is a true road game. But once again, you're going up against a team that turned over a ton on both sides of the ball. You kind of don't know what to expect. Offensively, schematically, this could be fairly different for Colorado versus what they have been the last couple of years with Shedeur at quarterback and so on and so forth. So I'm a little uncomfortable here, Mike. I told someone earlier this week, it's like I kind of feel like they either win by a touchdown or more, or they lose outright. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is gonna get a little sweaty, I think. With openers, it's tough, especially now with the portal, because you really don't know what you're going to get. You know, everybody feels good about who they're getting out of the portal until it's time to, you know, strap the chin strap up and put the ball down. Georgia, look, Georgia Tech, I think coming into this, there's several things you feel pretty good about. I mean, you feel pretty good about quarterback. You feel pretty good about Jamal Haynes. You lose your best receiver, but there's still talent in that room. Offensive line feel fine. You know, it's a Brent Key coach team. I think you feel okay about offensive line.
Haven't had a bad offensive line under Key yet.
Right. And then defense, we'll see. You know, I think on the Colorado side, I mean, they've turned over so much. You know, obviously you lose Shedeur and Travis Hunter, they're gone, and you know, Shiloh's gone, and you know, you're losing what's the name? Wester, the other receiver that was pretty good.
Sam Horn, I think, was one of their receivers, and they had a good receiving core last year.
Yeah.
Like, I think they had multiple receivers not named Travis Hunter that were drafted.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
So it's just a lot that they're turning over. I'm going with certainty here with Georgia Tech covering the 4.5. They got to be careful here, though. I'm with you. Colorado winning this game outright would not surprise me at all. Caden Salter's a good player. Deion's teams are well coached. This is not going to be an easy game for Georgia Tech, I don't think at all. If it is an easy game, I think it's obviously arrow pointing up, right? You're feeling pretty good.
It's a great sign.
It's a great sign. But yeah, I mean, Deion's teams are a tough out, man. Even when he had the really bad first year Colorado team, they were pretty annoying to play. With the exception of a handful of their conference games where they were clearly outmatched. I mean, they were a pain in the ass to play even when they weren't very good. And this team is probably going to be somewhere between that team and the team they ran out there last year. So, yeah, we'll see. I do think that this is a game that will have Brent Key and Georgia Tech's full attention, which is probably another pretty good sign. This is not one I would typically look at and be like, yeah, Georgia Tech's gonna be unprepared and just lose because they're not ready to play. It's not like a Bowling Green or like a mediocre ACC team where you're like, all right, Georgia Tech's the favorite, like they should take care of business, and they don't. This game doesn't have that feel at all. I think it'll have Georgia Tech's full attention, so I'm not as concerned about that. It's more of what is Colorado going to be. So yeah, I'm going to land with Georgia Tech because I feel more comfortable with their roster and Haynes King and Jamal Haynes and what they have coming back. Because the opener, we just don't know. So,
yeah, man, I want to emotionally hedge here and take the points with Colorado and everything, but I've spent all offseason, and my head tells me, again, this is a Tech roster that has a lot of pieces back. There's a lot of returning production, a lot of consistency. Year 3 with the same quarterback, the same offensive coordinator, just things that were going well. As much as I can worry about, well, you had all this momentum at the end of last year, but this is 8-9 months later. Is it really going to pick back up where you left off or not? I think that consistency is a big deal. One of the other things I think about, and it's something that we haven't really talked about, I don't think, on here as we've done some of these previews, especially as it relates to some of these transfer-heavy teams. One of the interesting points I've heard Bud Elliott make on Cover 3 here in the last few weeks is that there's been a real sentiment around the industry that the level of talent that was in the portal this offseason was nowhere near what it was 2, 3, 4 years ago. When you're getting like portal-heavy rosters right now, the opportunity that you have to actually get some high end talent was not really all that great. And so I certainly wonder. I mean, again, when Dion came in and he brought in Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and some of these guys, like he's bringing in like legit high end NFL caliber guys with him. That of course that worked out. But I think it's fair to question, like, now who's he brought in and what's that going to turn into? So, yeah, lay in with Georgia Tech, I think. I don't feel good about it, but I think we just go ahead and do it. Trust that Brent Key and that staff have the team ready and focused, and they won't be bothered by the altitude. They won't be bothered by, all the Dion circus surrounding everything with Colorado lately. And ultimately, Georgia Tech claims the 1990 national championship for once and for all.
Tough opener.
Yeah.
A tough opener.
Yeah. We'll see with Caden Salter. Had a really good year 2 years ago at Liberty, and then a much less good year last year. A lot to replace in the receiving core and just everything on that offense, really. So I know there's been a lot of speculation that there could be a much more run-heavy kind of scheme there. And, Salter is a really mobile guy and not afraid of being a part of that. So worth considering. The other thing I'll mention that I thought was kind of funny, what I heard on Atlanta radio the other day was they were talking. One of the hosts on the morning show is Brian Finneran, who played, for the Falcons and for a couple different teams for a lengthy NFL career. And there was a discussion of, the altitude and all this, but it was like, if the altitude mattered all that much, the Broncos would probably go undefeated at home every year, wouldn't they? And they do not. Yep. So lay in with Georgia Tech, I think. Totals 51.5. Let's go over that. I think this could get a little bit pointsy, really, on both ends. I think both offenses. There's a shot that both offenses are better than both defenses.
I think so too.
Should be a fun game, though. One that we've been looking forward to the whole offseason. So we shall see. Anything else before we move on, Mike?
I think we're good.
There's one other thing I feel like I need to mention before we move on. I don't know if you noticed what Will Secor noticed in the comments quite a while ago.
You dressed up for Scott and I?
I did dress up for you and Scott. This is a new shirt, Mike.
You look lovely.
Well, thank you. I feel lovely. This is a brand new polo from section103.com. They got dropped earlier this week. Section 103, by the way, use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. This thing is fancy. It is nice. It feels every bit as good as some of the other Roback shirts that we got. Those are high quality. These are high quality. These look fantastic. Tech gold. Got an official logo on here. Steven did a phenomenal job on these. They had these for Georgia Tech as well as for LSU. They dropped that an LSU collection on the site a couple months ago, and that includes a whole line of polos there. So we'll get into an LSU game here in just a second. So if you got some family members or something, need something to wear to that game, you got some stuff there at section103.com as well. I love this. You've also got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, something for men, women, children, babies, something for the whole family. Get it all, section103.com. Use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. They have NIL jerseys. They've got all sorts of things, stickers, and just anything you need for a Georgia Tech fan in your life. Go get it, section103.com. Once again, use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. Tell Steven we sent you. He did a phenomenal job on these polos, as always. I think they're so good that they're basically ran out by now. They dropped them Monday morning. It is Wednesday night, and I think they're close to out. So get them while you can. I'm sure they will be back in stock sometime soon, but I think this has gone about as well as Steven ever dreamed that it would. So shout out to him, and I think people are going to be really happy that they got them, because these are great shirts, and Steven did a great job on this as he does on everything that I've ever seen from him. So highly recommended. One more time, section103.com. Use promo code GOACC at checkout for 10% off your first order. Shout out to Steven. Appreciate his support for another season of the Basketball Conference podcast.
Yep.
As mentioned, Section 103 now also has an LSU collection, so let's go there. Saturday, August 30th, 7:30 on ABC. It is one of the headliners of the weekend. The number 4 Clemson Tigers hosting the number 9 LSU Tigers in Death Valley, South Carolina. Clemson, a 3.5-point home favorite here, totals 57.5. This is a huge heavyweight fight here, right? And Clemson, I think Clemson's a pretty polarizing team right now in terms of like what people think of them. And it's kind of a thing of like, it's not, are they good or are they not? It's like, are they good or are they great? And
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a really interesting spot to kind of get a first glimpse of, are they good or are they great? Obviously a lot, some new for Clemson, but mostly the same. We got, first look at Tom Allen's defense there in Death Valley. Cade Klubnik comes back year 3 with Garrett Riley. A lot to like there for this Clemson offense. I feel pretty good. I've got an LSU buddy down here who is really not convinced that their offensive line is going to be able to handle Clemson's defensive line in particular. We shall see. I like Clemson at home here in the big spotlight, Mike.
Scott, you got some music ready for me?
Sure.
Good. Under 57.5. Log it up.
Ooh.
You better lock it up. You lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Please.
Yeah, we're going under here. This is kind of a feisty LSU defense, potentially. Rebuilt secondary. Some good players in that secondary. Monsoor Delane, Virginia Tech, all ACC player, starting at corner. They hit the portal hard in the secondary to upgrade the defense. And they've been fielding pretty decent defenses at LSU anyway. It's been, can they get both offense and defense together and meshing and moving in the same direction at the same time? That's been the issue. And the offensive line's been a problem. I think it'll continue to be a problem. I'm not very high on this offensive line this year, period. I don't think what they brought in is very good. I have some serious questions about whether or not LSU is a top 10 team with the offensive line they're going to field. Clemson has a really good defensive front, multiple NFL starters there. This is a loaded defense. First one we've seen really since Venables left that has this much NFL talent on it. This is going to be very interesting to see if LSU can block Clemson's front. If they can, I'll feel a lot better about LSU, I guess, going on throughout the rest of the season. But I have a hard time believing they're going to do that. On the flip side, Clemson played well last year and put away some of the mediocre to bad teams in the ACC that they were having trouble gaining separation against in years past. So that was a positive sign. But Clemson's best games last year came against the caliber of competition that just simply wasn't very good. So now you're asking them, now it is at home, which is helpful, but you're asking them to go up against an LSU team under Brian Kelly that is recruited well, has a very good quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier, and you're expecting them to score a lot of points, gain a lot of separation. I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game here. Clemson at home, though, fourth quarter with that defense. I think Nussmeier makes a mistake. I think he's very good, but I think he's going to be under pressure all night. I think that'll eventually break him late in this game. I think LSU's defense will certainly keep them in it. I like Clemson close inside a touchdown, nail biter type game. I think Clemson gets on the board with a huge win, not only for their program this year and we can call this game the good or great off, because LSU, I think, is a lot of people are asking the same thing about Brian Kelly. This is a pretty pivotal year for him. I think he's under a lot of pressure there at LSU. A lot of the same questions, but yeah, give me Clemson. I think they win this game tight inside a touchdown, but this game is absolutely going under. I'd be very surprised if this got pointsy.
I like the thought on the game going under, especially, week 1, big spot. Like, you figure that, especially in the first half, they're going to play this probably pretty slowly. You imagine if, especially get past that, the script drive to start the game, like probably a lot of just trying to feel each other out and just see what's going on. I like that underplay. Give me LSU in the points. Because like you said, Mike, I don't know necessarily who wins this game. I think Clemson wins it, but on the off chance that LSU does, I want those points, or certainly if they can keep this close. I think that number's at 3.5 for a reason. That's a small number, even with the home field advantage for Clemson. It's a relatively even matchup. I don't think I want to say that Clemson would get some home field advantage here, but I don't know how intimidated LSU is going to be by Death Valley, South Carolina. Not that it's not a hard place to play, but LSU plays in hard places to play all the time. Like
Yeah.
that's not like a new thing for them.
Veteran quarterback who's been around the block too. I mean, he's
Yeah.
not going to go in there into a road environment and be. It's not like you're starting a true freshman on the road, right?
Yeah. This has got to be the best quarterback matchup of the weekend between Cade Klubnik and Garrett Nussmeier here. I mean, so I'll take LSU in the points. I'll say Clemson wins, but wins close. I mean, it could be like a 28-27 or, like a 27-24 or something like that kind of game. But yeah, give me LSU in the points. At least keep this very close. If not, maybe find a way to pull off the win. Yeah, I'm on the under as well. I'm not going to lock it up. I could kind of see this maybe finding a way to get a little bit pointsy, but I think more often than not it stays below that total.
If Clemson wins close, I mean, you saw how mad Brian Kelly was last year after the USC loss in the opener. I mean, he was ready to break necks in the presser. I would just advise everybody stay the hell away from the cherry pickers after the game if it lose close. just everybody be careful.
Oh,
just head
no.
head on a swivel and just
don't go anywhere near his family.
There it is.
Whatever that was. All right. Under 57.5 for both of us. Mike, you've got it locked up. Clemson for Mike, laying the 3.5. I've got LSU plus the 3.5 in the points. I think this will be a great game to watch. So highly recommend finding a TV if you're able at this time of day.
Yep.
Decent shot. I will not be able to for reasons I'll clarify here in a little bit, but we'll get there. Good to move on.
Yes.
Let's do it. 3:30 p.m. on ABC, a little earlier in the day. Keep it tuned there, I guess. Florida State at home in Tallahassee taking on the number 8 Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama, a 13.5-point road favorite. Total is 50.5. 13.5 on the road in Tallahassee feels a little bit disrespectful, but like given where we were with Florida State just 8-9 months ago, I kind of get it.
Man. Scott, you got the music for me?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
We're laying it with Bama. Lock it up.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Give me all those points. Out on Castellanos, out on Florida State in this particular matchup. Alabama's defense will be very good this year. I like the Ty Simpson selection at quarterback. I think he's going to be good for Alabama. They're going to ease him in a little bit. So I would lean under on the total here as well because I don't know how much Florida State's going to score. And I think Alabama is going to take it a little easy on Simpson, ease him in a little bit, and lean on the running game. Alabama's projected starting running back is going to be out until late September. I think he got hurt late in camp, so that's just something to watch. But they got plenty of talent, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to lay in with the Crimson Tide here. Man, I think Alabama's going to be pretty good this year. I think last year was a little bit of an aberration just because I think Milroe made some mistakes that I think in a perfect world, right, DeBoer wouldn't have had to start a quarterback like Milroe. I think he would like to have a guy who's more confined to the pocket, like Michael Penix, for example. I think that's the type of quarterback you would like to have. And Milroe, you were kind of square peg round holing it a little bit. I mean, he was such an excellent athlete. And yeah, I mean, you bring in your offensive coordinator from Washington. I think the offense is just, it's going to be a more comfortable fit. And I think they have a good guy running it in Simpson. And I'm just not very high on Florida State in this particular game. I think it's too much to ask for given what they were last year and the unknowns coming into this year. And you're going up against an Alabama team that I think is going to be better than they were a year ago. And it would have been a tall task last year too, right? So give me Bama. We're laying them here on the road. I can't believe I'm laying 13.5 on a road in an opener, but with a quarterback that's making his first career start. But yeah, we're absolutely doing that. Yeah, give me the Tide.
Mike, you know who thinks you're full of crap?
Thomas Castellanos.
Thomas, a.k.a. Tommy Castellanos, who I think we're now Tommy Castellanos this year. I don't really know how that's going to go. But yeah, lest I remind you that he made some comments. What was that, early August, or was that at media days or whatever it was, about, not being afraid of Alabama, and, without Saban there, the boogeyman is gone, and, we'll see how it all goes. Somebody asked one of the Alabama defenders how they felt about it, and they said that'll be dealt with, I believe was the phrase that was used. That's a lot of points on the road delay, and I do think the Florida State crowd's going to show up pretty nicely for this one. I think they're going to leave disappointed.
Yeah, I think they are too.
I like Alabama here as well. Lay 'em. The one thing that does give me the pause is kind of like you said, Ty Simpson. Kind of, I don't know if this is actually his first start, but like has never really been the full-time starter in college, and so like there's always some unknowns there. But yeah, Alabama, and I might come back and lock this one up. I like the over here, 50.5. I do think that Gus Malzahn in that offense for Florida State is going to probably find a way to bust one or two plays. And Castellanos, I mean, he is a good athlete. He is elusive, and he does find a way to somehow, some way turn, certain plays into like chunk gains. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, give me the over 50.5 here. And yeah, I'll lay 13 and a hook with Alabama. I think they might run away with this game pretty easily.
I lean under total because easing in Simpson, and I think the one or two explosive plays for Florida State is a point well taken. I think that's how this game goes over. But yeah, I'm leaning under here.
Yeah. All right. Alabama and the over for me. You have Alabama locked up and the under 50.5. Good to move on here.
Good.
Let's do it. Still on ABC, still working our way back in the day. At noon on ABC, the Syracuse Orange taking on the number 24 Tennessee Volunteers. This game is happening in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, the Big Body Benz, as it were. Tennessee, a 13.5 point favorite here, totals 51.5. We talked about this, and when we previewed Syracuse with Javon Edmonds. I mean, this might be a different looking Tennessee team, just with kind of what their quarterback situation has been. For those who have not paid attention, Nico Iamaleava, their quarterback, he up and left basically at the start of spring practice or the end of spring practice. Yeah, it was right before the spring game.
That's a good comment. We just got.
Yeah. Yeah. Nico Iamaleava is gone. They bring in UCLA's quarterback, Joey Aguilar. So I don't know what this is actually going to look like schematically. Is it going to be that effective? I don't know. But if the passing attack is anything like what we have seen in the past from a Tennessee offense, this is a bad way to start for a Syracuse team that is breaking in a brand new secondary on their defense. Yeah. Like I made the comment to Javon Edmonds, this is a little bit like welcome to the Army, today's D-Day. So I don't get a good feeling on this game for Syracuse.
I don't either. I don't know what Tennessee's offense is going to look like with Aguilar. I think Aguilar's a fine quarterback. It's not that. I think, Heupel will get a lot out of him. That's not really my concern. I just don't know what it's going to look like. Heupel's offenses are made for more like one read for the quarterback and go. Mm-hmm. Big arm. Think Hendon Hooker, Joe Milton.
No showers this week.
Yeah, that's one that was making me laugh. I just don't know if Aguilar's that guy. I don't know if he has that kind of arm talent. So I'm interested to see what the offense looks like. And then obviously you're losing a lot at running back too, right? Dylan Sampson's gone, so it's going to be different in the backfield as well for Tennessee. Syracuse is losing a lot. Steve Angeli's a nice add at quarterback. Like I think that when he played in South Bend, he was good. Obviously in the playoff, everybody talks about the playoff drive against Penn State, but like he was good in relief when he had to play the last couple of years at Notre Dame too. Yeah, like out of the bullpen. So I don't think there's going to be that big of a drop off, from McCord. I think this is a nice add at quarterback for Syracuse, but they got so many questions, man. Offensive line, I don't think is going to be very good. Defense, I think they're going to, replacing a lot on that side of the ball too. It's a lot to ask, especially against an offense that can really get humming for Heupel. I think I'm laying him with Tennessee here. It's going to be a little bit of a tough year for Syracuse. I think it's just going to be, like you mentioned, a very different looking team, and this is a really tough ask in the opener.
Question from the producer's desk.
Yeah.
What's their defense look like for Tennessee?
It was quite good last year.
Yeah.
But again, Tennessee, a team that is, I think a lot is turning over there. I mean, schematically, I think it'll be about the same. It's just a good list of different names there versus what we had last year. So hard to say.
Nobody believes Syracuse can cover 13.5. I believe Syracuse can cover 13.5.
You know, Scott, it's funny you mentioned that because I do too. I also believe that Syracuse can cover 13.5. Yeah, give me the points with Syracuse. I think, again, a lot new for Tennessee. I mean, the last time we saw them, they were in the college football playoff, right? Like they're one of the best teams in the country, and Syracuse lost their quarterback and their receiving core and all this. So yeah, Tennessee's going to run away with this game. Except, I think that Syracuse can probably find a way to muck this up and keep it a little bit close.
It wouldn't shock me.
Good point, Dennis.
Yes.
One thing for sure in this game: someone in orange will win, and someone in orange will lose. Yeah, correct.
I lean Tennessee. Right? Laying them. I don't think they're going to be getting separation early, though. I'm with you. I am with both of you there. I don't think it's going to be real easy for them.
Yeah.
But
maybe if there's a Syracuse first half line, jump on Syracuse.
Yeah, I'd be more interested probably in that than full game. This is a stay away for me from an actual bet. You know, I'm making picks for the show out here, obviously, but this is a stay away for me because if anything, I think take a look at the first half line, see how the first quarter's going, maybe make a play there. But
live wager.
Yeah, a little live wager. We'll get that going.
What was it? Are we calling the hotline?
I mean, I just wanted to hit the button.
You had the itch.
It's been months. Scott's been waiting for months. Can't wait any longer.
First show in 2025. Fun fact.
Scott and I were playing golf about a week and a half ago on the golf course, and Hotline Bling came on his playlist, and we were driving down the fairway. Scott goes, "Are you ready for this?" I was like, "Ready for what?" He goes, "Are you ready for this?" And then Hotline Bling started playing. He goes, "Just around the corner." Just around the corner.
Scott was so ready.
That was after our 6th beer.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, give me Syracuse plus the 13.5. And let's take the under. And that's probably a relatively correlated kind of play there where I think if either of these teams scores a ton of points, it's probably Tennessee. So if you're betting on Syracuse to keep it close, it's probably a relatively low scoring kind of thing.
Right.
We'll say, I do think Tennessee wins. So I'll say Tennessee wins like 24-13, something like that. 24-16. Close in the under. Mike, you've got Tennessee. Did you say over under?
I have no opinion on total here.
Okay. No opinion. I think we have a sound for that, don't we?
Pick a side, damn it. I was accused by the Virginia Tech fan base, some people on social media today, of not taking a side because I picked Virginia Tech to go 6-6 this year. And I'm like, that's what they are. I don't like all they do is win 6 games in the regular season. That's what they do. What do you want from me?
That sounds like a side to me. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah.
A side of average.
Hey, there it is. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Syracuse in the under for me, Tennessee, and no opinion for Mike at noon at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Couple more for Saturday before we get into some FCS action. 6 o'clock on the ACC network, the Virginia Cavaliers hosting the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Virginia, a 12.5-point favorite at home. Totals 58.5. My understanding of Coastal Carolina is that a lot of people see that and they see Jamie Chadwell and Grayson McCall and a Coastal Carolina team of the past.
Yeah.
And they don't really fully realize, my understanding is that Coastal Carolina quickly after Jamie Chadwell left turned into Cheeks, as it were. And between that and a Virginia team that I think this year is probably a little bit more talented and capable than a lot of people realize. Yeah, I'll lay 12.5 with the Who's here. So yeah, lay 'em with Virginia.
I'm laying them too. I think Virginia is going to be a lot better, and a piece of it's going to be the schedule. But I think they should feel a lot better about the skill position talent too. Like, you lose Malachi Fields, that hurts. They brought in a lot of transfers out of the portal. They feel good about. I think the offensive line is going to be better. I recorded with Justin Ferber last night for the UVA preview that you all will hear before this weekend's games Friday. Scott edited it already, King. And Justin said the offensive line has to be better. It's almost like out of default with how bad it was at times last year, how banged up they were. It has to be better.
Can't be worse.
Can't be worse. And they feel pretty decently about the defense too. With the exception of cornerback, which is a pretty important position. So I guess we'll see. But I don't think Coastal's the type of team, at least in the opener, it's going to be pressing UVA here in terms of the passing game. Maybe we're wrong about that. Maybe Coastal can cover. But I think this is a game where if UVA's roster is actually going to be as good as some of their fan base thinks it's going to be, and certainly what I think they're going to be, like maybe even like a 6 or 7 win team this year. They got to win this one, and they got to look good doing it. So yeah, I'm going to land with UVA.
I will say some of our Virginia fans that we have in the comments and in the mentions and so on and so forth. Feel like it's like a weekly back and forth between this team's going to suck and Tony Elliott's going to get fired and this is a disgrace and Virginia going to make the playoff? Like it is a real roller coaster ride that Who's fans are going on right now. I feel like with different news that's coming out about the program on any given day. So should be fun. But yeah, I think this is a good starting matchup. I think you're going to see some really good stuff from Chandler Morris. Get a good sense of what he's capable of if you haven't watched him play before. Again, I think even if, again, we talked earlier in the offseason with Justin Ferber about bringing in some of the guys from the transfer portal that they did, and they got some a big donation that they were using to try to upgrade their roster. And even if the transfer portal wasn't as chock full of talent in the way that it was a few years ago, I still feel like this Virginia roster had a lot of room to upgrade. So I think you'll see a noticeable difference in what they're running out there versus what we've seen the last couple years. So yeah, lay them with Virginia. Totals 58.5. I'll say under. I think that's a lot of points, especially for a Coastal Carolina team that I don't know how much they'll be able to score. Not that Virginia's defense is going to be, the 85 Bears or anything like that, but if they're even just kind of better, then that might make it pretty tough on the shots. So give me Virginia, give me the under. Producer Scott, can I go ahead and can I get a lock on the Who's?
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Please.
That's a lot of points, but man, Coastal might be bad. So
Yeah.
lay 'em.
Oh.
Another sound we've been waiting months to
Coastal
hear.
plus 12.5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I just don't trust the Virginia Cavaliers in any sense of the word. Just don't.
Wow.
And Coastal, they've got a cooler mascot, so I'll take them.
Got
That's my
dueling
analysis.
locks here.
That's my
Sound reasoning.
Like, if this is any other year, Coastal could win this game. Why are they laying 12? I don't know. So Coastal plus 12.5.
Scott, don't ever let anyone call you anything other than an elite hater. I'm proud of you. All right. Well, fair enough. I've got Virginia minus 12.5 locked up. Scott has Coastal Carolina plus 12.5 locked up. And Mike, you were on Virginia, but did not lock it.
Did not lock it.
There you go. All right, fair enough. And I got the under, but not as confident in that. So that should be fun. Looking forward to this game. I'll definitely be watching it.
I believe you.
Appreciate the confidence. Good to move on here.
Good to move on.
I think we're finally like halfway through these games at this point.
Yeah.
10:30 on ESPN on Saturday night. The Cal Golden Bears on the road in Corvallis taking on the Oregon State Beavers.
Pac-2 after dark.
Cal is a 2-point underdog on the road. Total is 50.5. I don't really know what Oregon State is at this point.
Can I spread some good news?
You may.
On this. The good news for Oregon State is that they don't, and their fans, is that they don't have to watch Ben Gulbranson under center anymore. That is the good news for Oregon State here.
He has been exported into the ACC, unfortunately.
Yes. He's an export.
Yeah.
Stanford wants to make him next Pat, I think.
Yeah, leave him in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Wait, damn it. Like, still not next Pat. I don't have a lot of faith in Cal right now, truthfully.
Why could that be? Would that be because they're replacing quarterback, running back? They've never really fielded a good offense under Justin Wilcox, and you're asking Brian Harsin to lead the reclamation project with a quarterback that, I don't know, is a freshman?
No. It's because they're replacing quarterback, running back, and running back. Receiver. Like,
and their former star running back, Jaden Odd, who of course was hurt like all of last year, he is not even on the 2 deep at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Not even on the 2 deep. He is their third string running back. Not going well for him. That fell off a cliff quickly.
Yeah, so I'm on Oregon State here. I think just lay the 2 as a short number at home. They're in a place where they're not really in a Power 5 or a power quote unquote conference anymore. So I'm sure for them this is a little bit of an opportunity to get a leg up on one of the teams that left the Pac-12 and is now in a power conference and so on and so forth. Whatever extra motivation you needed. Yeah, I think Oregon State can win this game by at least a field goal. I need to see it from Cal to have any confidence in where they're at and where they're going right now.
The road to 6-6 begins now, Cal.
Might be hitting some speed bumps right out the gate. Who knows?
I'm laying them with the Beavers.
Yep.
Oh,
fair
I'm
enough.
with the Beavers, all right.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, it's after midnight. We're fine. After dark.
There it is. I was waiting for that sound.
Oh, probably the under too. Give me the under. I think this could be an ugly rock fight kind of situation.
I can't believe that the total's at 50.5 for this. Why is every total tonight 50 or 50.5? What is happening?
That's how it was last year.
Nobody knows, bro. So they said 50.5.
Yeah, set it at half 100. Cook for 4 hours. See what happens.
Half of the games that we previewed last year, the total was between like 51 and 54.5. It was like Vegas basically had that as a default, like who the hell knows kind of number, and just choose your own adventure at that point.
Correct.
So, all right, Oregon State in the under for both of us there. Might be a tough look for Cal to start the year, but we'll see. We got 4 FCS games that we won't make like proper official picks for throughout the day. On Saturday, we've got the Pitt Panthers at noon on the ACC Network. They're hosting Duquesne.
Yep.
The fighting Duquesnes. What are they? The Dukes. The Duquesne Dukes, as it were. I prefer Duquesne personally, but
they're local. They're local to Pittsburgh, so their fans don't need to travel too far, which is nice.
As we mentioned with Jim Hammett, the basketball version of this rivalry is called City Game. So not the City Game or a City Game. It's just City Game. So have fun with that. That's at noon on the ACC Network. At 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus, aka Jefferson Pilot. Boston College hosting Fordham. the Fordham Rams, I believe, is what
They are. The Fordham Rams, my mom's
go.
graduate school alma mater.
There you go. Yeah.
Go Rams.
On the board with mascots there. That'll be in Chestnut Hill. 3 o'clock on the ACC network. The Louisville Cardinals hosting the Eastern Kentucky Colonels, as it were. Not like corn kernels, like Army Colonels. So that'll be interesting. And then finally, at 9 p.m. on the ACC network, the number 16 SMU Mustangs hosting East Texas A&M. The
Eastern
the
Aggies.
Wow. Yeah, basically. Those are called Mountaineers, Mike, actually. But
okay. That's good. Thank you.
No, we actually had someone in the comments, Rangers fan, I believe, one of our like main SMU enthusiast commenters, notified me. So I mentioned I've never heard of East Texas A&M. He's like, this actually was the school that used to be called Texas A&M Commerce, which I have heard of.
Have heard of that.
So they must have changed their name in the last like year or so to get there. But yeah, SMU taking on the East Texas A&M Lions.
Better reputation, more NIL funding for them, maybe. Yeah,
absolutely, probably, certainly. Those 4 games, Mike. Anything stick out to you? Anyone in danger, or is this 4 cruising victories for ACC teams?
Everything should be fine.
It really should be. Eastern Kentucky has been a little bit squirrely in recent years, like one of the better teams in FCS at a couple of points. But I don't really think that they're there right now, nor do I think that a team like Louisville has any business losing to any FCS team not named like North Dakota State or something truly elite in the FCS. So Eastern Kentucky did go 8-5 last year and 6-2 in their conference. But they lost 56-7 to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And they also lost 31-0 to Western Kentucky. So, yeah, Louisville should be fine here.
To one bad, one mediocre team. So, yeah.
Boston College should be able to handle Fordham. Pitt should be able to handle Duquesne. SMU should have absolutely no problem with East Texas A&M. Good to move on here.
Yep. Good to move on. 3 more games of consequence. We're almost there.
Sunday, August 31st. We got 2 games, which is pretty unusual. Usually it's just like 1 game on Sunday night. We're going to start 3 o'clock in the afternoon, also at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
Benz.
Big Body Benz on ESPN. Your Virginia Tech Hokies taking on the number 13 South Carolina Gamecocks. South Carolina, an 8-point favorite in this game, totals 52.5. Hokie clan here on the podcast. How are we feeling about this game?
Not good.
Yeah, not great.
A lot of Virginia Tech fans seem to think the Hokies are going to hang here. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Some Virginia Tech fans are talking about how South Carolina is getting hype like North Carolina did in the 21 season. Likening it to that. South Carolina's got more talent coming back, and Lenora Sellers is better than what Sam Howell was, in my opinion.
Also, that game was in Lane Stadium.
Like a key part of that post-COVID. I mean, it's maybe one of the loudest games I've ever been to, just circumstantially. I think Virginia Tech will hang around here for a bit, and make this competitive. I do think South Carolina wins this game by 2 touchdowns. So that's where we're at. I think it's 12-14 point South Carolina win. I'm in on the Gamecocks this year. I think they're going to be very good. I think Sellers is the real deal. Skill position guys are great. Defense is going to be really good. Shane is recruited really, really well there. And I do not see it. I think Virginia Tech has a better chance a week from now against another SEC opponent. I don't think this is the one that they pull off. If they do, I think obviously arrow pointing up for the season. I think we could feel a lot better about my 6-6 prediction.
Michael, if they win this game, they will lose next week to Vanderbilt.
That is something they do. Does. It is in their blood.
Remember when they beat Ohio State and lost to East Carolina the next week or whoever?
Fondly. To this day, I have not seen Lane Stadium that full for a nooner, and then for them to just lay an egg. Anyway, South Carolina.
At least
is that a Hokie joke?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm a little surprised this line is as short as it is because there has been a lot of hype on South Carolina coming out of last year. Will say there is a piece of me that wonders, like, South Carolina is a program that has historically had a problem with like sustaining success at this level. Like they might be up one year and be really good one year, but then like by the next year they're going to be back kind of in that mid range, like struggling in the SEC kind of area. So there's a piece of me that wonders, like, can they actually truly sustain? And is Lenora Sellers going to have as good a year as he had last year, and some things like that. But a line like this, I do think that they can probably cover this closely. I don't want to lock this up. I could also see, I mean, Virginia Tech is a team that I think in ways is probably been a little bit better than their record would suggest in prior years. Like we talked about all the one score game stuff. I mean, they don't
been a lot.
They don't get blown out a whole lot, but certainly they don't convert those games into wins either. So I think they could put up a fight in this game. It could be like kind of uncomfortably close at halftime, something like, like a 4-point kind of game, or certainly a one score kind of situation. I do think South Carolina pulls away a little bit. Give me the Gamecocks like 28-17, something like that. And they win by 11, they win and cover, but not by a ton. I don't think that they completely run away with this game. Yeah, give me South Carolina. I'm with you guys.
We'll say, Tech shows well here and plays well. I think that would be an encouraging sign.
Yeah.
So again, a lot of new. I mean, Kyron Jones is back and he's healthy, but 2 new coordinators turning over. It's a brand new offensive line coach. A lot of new players in the secondary on defense. So
yeah. First look at that new offense. I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. I'll say that much.
Montgomery's done, from a coordinator standpoint, like Montgomery's called some good offenses, so maybe they'll catch South Carolina flat-footed or something, make this competitive. We'll see.
What was it? Was he was the offensive coordinator for Robert Griffin III's Heisman year, I think.
He was, and he got a second contract as a head coach at Tulsa, which you should be given like a Pulitzer or something for that.
Yeah, some sort of lawyer
Purple Heart
negotiation. Yeah,
no disrespect, of course, but
yeah.
I mean, I've never said anything disrespectful on this podcast.
Right, never. No, that would be the first time. No.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth has something to say about that.
Yes, I mean, I already made a Brian Kelly joke earlier tonight. I mean, it's like 40 minutes ago, but yeah,
mid-season form.
Don't press.
Don't press them. That's right. South Carolina in the under for me. You got South Carolina, Mike. Do you like the under as well?
I do like the under. Yeah, I do like the under. Yeah, like the under.
I'm going to be getting off a tiki boat in Atlantic City, New Jersey to watch this game. So
hell yeah.
Over on the amount of beers on the tiki boat.
You'll be in prime shape to be watching this game. That'll be fun. Yeah. I will be probably in and around an airport trying to watch this game. I'm going on my baseball trip this weekend. So that's why Saturday night I'll be watching Virginia and Coastal Carolina. I'll actually be at a Royals game in Kansas City. But
no live recap this week, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Just heads up, programming note.
Even if I were in town, this would have been pretty squirrely with like a 5-day weekend kind of situation of, so
yeah.
That schedule will start probably next week as we kind of get into a proper rhythm for the season. But yeah, not starting this week just yet. We'll figure out when the live recap will be, and we'll keep you updated. South Carolina in the under for the both of us. One other game on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. A big headliner of the day, one of the big headliners of the weekend. The number 10 Miami Hurricanes taking on the number 6 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This is in Miami, is in Hard Rock Stadium. Notre Dame, a scant 2.5-point road favorite here, totals 49.5. It's interesting to me that the amount of confidence that the national media is putting in Miami, and we asked Cam about this number 10 ranking, and seeing such a small spread and everything here, it's a little surprising to me. And And I'm wondering if am I the dope? Like, am I the one that doesn't know anything? Or am I just willing to kind of cut through all the BS? I'm pretty heavily leaning towards Notre Dame in this spot, Mike.
No disrespect to Miami. I just, before their fans go, and I mean, I don't think a lot of them are in the live chat tonight. At least we haven't heard from them. But just, we'll hear from them in the comments, I'm sure, after I make the following comment. Just to be clear, I have Miami playing in Charlotte. So let's get that out of the way. Just as a reminder to everybody before I make the next statement, Notre Dame played for a national championship 7 months ago.
Yeah.
And they're returning almost everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I get, look, the one position they aren't returning is quarterback, right? So no Riley Leonard, that does make a difference. And it's CJ Carr, a redshirt freshman making his first start on the road. And this will be a environment that has a lot of Miami fans in it. Like, there will be actual fans attending this game. Miami fans hate when we bring that up, but it's a thing. Like, they'll show up to this one though.
Mm-hmm.
But Notre Dame's returning a lot on the offensive line. They have, for my money, the best running back in college football, and Jeremiah Love. They have a very, very good defense with a veteran secondary that they added to. Jalen Stroman from Virginia Tech is going to be one of their starting safeties.
Head coach was an excellent defensive coordinator, by the way.
Yeah. Freeman can coach his ass off. I don't think they're going to be intimidated by this environment. Do you?
No.
They've
played in better environments than this one will be.
This is they went into A&M last year in the opener and won and looked pretty convincing doing it.
That's a more hostile environment than this one will be.
Right.
For sure.
Right. And I think Miami fans, at least the social media, they're pointing to the last time Notre Dame went to Hard Rock and played Miami. And that was a very different program. Like,
on both ends.
Yeah, just very, very different. Not to say I don't think Miami can hang here. I do think they can, but I don't get it either. I don't understand the hype around this here. I think the programs are at just two separate stages.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to, and I like Miami's defensive coordinator hire with Heatherman. Like, I do think that's an upgrade. I like what Miami's done. I don't. Very good, Will. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't see it in questions about Beck and his receiving core. Joe, you've been all over that, like the rhythm of the offseason, and like, is he really ready? Give me the Irish here by a touchdown, maybe a little more. I don't see it. I think Miami's going to be pretty good this year, but I do not see it in this opener. I think it's programs that are at two different levels right now. I think Notre Dame's pass rush, for as good as Miami's offensive line can be, I do think Notre Dame's pass rush will play a role. Notre Dame's got two lockdown corners that I think they're going to make life hard on Miami's skill position guys on the outside. I think the Irish will bottle up the run. And I think they're going to run the ball on Miami. Like, I think they're going to run the ball well here. So give me Notre Dame, lower scoring game. I do like the under 49.5. I don't trust Miami's offense in the spot. And I think Notre Dame breaking in Carr, this is another situation where there are Mike Denbrock, offensive coordinator, said today that they're going to ease Carr in.
Mm-hmm.
So under.
Yeah.
Under.
Well, Notre Dame for sure has the run game to support CJ Carr being eased into it. That's one of the things that does give me a little bit of pause, is some of the chatter around CJ Carr. And I know that Tony Syracuse, we had him on for the full conference preview, and he brought up the point that, like, that quarterback battle was not like you had, two heavyweights just duking it out and they just couldn't decide who to pick. It was more like neither one of them really kind of grabbed it and ran with it. Like, it was a little bit of an underwhelming quarterback battle there in South Bend in camp. So that gives me a little bit of pause. But as you mentioned, Mike, I mean, and we talked about this with Cam in the Miami preview, is I think just conceptually, I mean, this is an excellent Notre Dame defense, run defense, pass defense, schematically, discipline, just all of it. They are really good. And Miami trying to run out a new quarterback, a new set of receivers, and a an offense that's going to demand timing and, being on the same page in terms of option routes and all these things, this is a really bad matchup in game number one. And so that's where I have such big questions of what are they going to be able to do. And to your point, Mike, Will Secor mentions this in the comments as well. This Miami defense, as good as it's maybe could be at times, hadn't been that great in the past. And certainly you can run on them.
They
can.
hired a new DC for a reason. It's not because their defense has been lights out. They hired a new defensive coordinator for a reason here.
Does that fix their problems in game one? Maybe.
Cam,
maybe not.
We had Cam on. He wasn't all in on this one. I mean, he was talking about Miami and their schedule, but I mean, Cam was looking at this too. It was it's a tough opener.
You
get them at home at least, but that's a tough. That they were in the title game last year.
Yeah, I'm seeing a short number here. I'm lay the 2.5 with Notre Dame. Producer Scott, can you do me a favor?
Oh, yep.
Can you lock this up for me?
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Please.
I really like Notre Dame here. I think this is such a bad spot for Miami.
I think it is too. I think it is too. I'm probably going to bet this.
Mm-hmm. You look tempted.
I've already locked 2 up. It's the first weekend. Hit the sound. Okay, let's do it.
Call the hotline, Mike.
Let's do it.
Which hotline does he call?
We're locking this up.
There it is.
Sorry.
You better lock it up. You lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up.
Please.
Notre Dame -2.5 locked up for the both of us. Going back to the roots of this podcast as the official Miami hater podcast, it feels right.
I will be very impressed by Miami if they pull this off.
Yeah,
incredibly impressed. And just remember, Miami fans, I'm not a hater. I think you're playing in Charlotte. Just again, just have to remind everybody.
I mean, the level of hater that I am, as I said, I think they're going to have a tough year and go 8-4. So if that's a bad year, and by Miami standards, maybe it is, but let's see. Oh, there it is. We got a tweet from our boy Cam. Wonder if Cam's in the comments. Cam, are you there?
I don't think he's there, but I just wanted to show that he did say this.
Can't wait for y'all to both pick Notre Dame over Miami, and spot on. Locked up, Cam. Locked up.
Hi, Cam.
Hi, Cam. Notre Dame in the under for the both of us. Notre Dame locked up for the both of us. We good to move on to the last one?
We are.
This is probably not all that interesting. Do we have to talk about this one?
Who's Carolina's coach again? Larry Fedora?
Hold on. Jordan Hudson? Moore? Jordan something. Jordan Hudson. Oh, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, hey.
Whoa, gold digger.
Yeah.
She'd take my money. When
8
I'm
o'clock.
in need.
Monday, Labor Day night, 8 o'clock on ESPN. The North Carolina Tar Heels hosting the TCU Horned Frogs. I have thought more times than I probably should have, back to talking to Rod Baxley about this game.
Yeah.
And he's just emphasizing the level of absolute circus that this entire building is going to be for about 4 hours.
I mean, we're sending Sports Illustrated. We're sending both Pat and Brian Fisher there. We're sending we are sending 2 people on site for this game, as if this was the title game or something.
Yeah. I think Richard Johnson talked about how he's going to be there. I mean, it's one of those things where Rod was like, thankfully I've got a full season press pass, because I don't know how I would have gotten a seat in here otherwise. Because it's going to be, it's going to be a zoo in there in Chapel Hill Monday night. North Carolina, a 3-point home dog here against the Horned Frogs. Total's 56.5. Mike, what is North Carolina this year?
Don't know.
Yeah, no clue.
No idea. Gio Lopez named the starter today.
Sure, why not? That's a guy, by the way, who he could be banged up and on the bench by like late in the third quarter. Like that's
Yeah, he takes a lot of hits and he's hurt a lot.
hmm
He's not the biggest quarterback in the world.
yeah. I don't know what North Carolina is on offense. I don't know what they are on defense. TCU in a kind of a weird place as a program, but they're going to be on the road. I don't have strong opinions on how to pick this game at all. If
Yeah.
anything, maybe I take TCU. This has a little bit of that. What was it? Virginia Tech at Florida State, 2018, maybe Labor Day night.
We were
Felt
there.
good. Felt
That was
good. Yeah, familiar.
Willie Taggart game 1 and Virginia Tech going into an absolute hornet's nest and all the excitement, and the Hokies won 24-3.
It was awesome.
It was, one of the best nights of my life.
I'm going to land with TCU. I need to see something, anything at all from North Carolina to like feel confident in what we're going to see and what they're able to do. This is probably one of the tougher spots in their schedule, frankly. Land with the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, and I don't even think TCU is that good. But the one thing I do know is that Josh Hoover is a pretty solid quarterback. There's not a lot of things I know about this game. That's one thing I know is that he's solid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's enough for me to say that he's going to go on the road to Chapel Hill. Look, I understand they sold out season tickets and it's Bill Belichick and all this stuff. And, you know, they might have Steve Belichick, good defensive coordinator. They might have a little something for Hoover, but let's see it first. I don't know. This is a coin flip game for me. I'm going to just join you and land with TCU.
Yeah.
No opinion on the total. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Carolina is. I really don't. And I don't know what this is going to look like.
You telling me Carolina isn't your home field apparel, home dog of the week? Because you didn't pick one earlier, did you?
We had not yet.
Well, it's now or never.
It's either North
Show's
Carolina or Florida State against Alabama.
Which I mean,
Or
I locked up
Miami.
Bama. We locked up Notre Dame. We're running out of options.
We sure are. Sure,
Okay.
home field apparel, home dog of the week.
Yeah, they're my home dog of the week. Check out Home Field Apparel. They just dropped 200 new items today. They have every ACC school except Stanford because Stanford hates fun.
They
Use
hate
code-
passing too.
Yeah, they hate good football. Andrew Luck is in shambles. Use code GOACC24 at checkout. 50% off your first order. I have way too many home field items. You should too.
Absolutely.
Great job, Scott. Great
Speaking
job with
of
the ad read.
companies that sponsor us that have been absolutely cooking lately, home field has been on a heater.
It's been
Absolute
cooking.
heater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Home field apparel, home dog of the week, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Go get them, Heels. I have no idea what we're about to watch. It'll be fun, though. It'll be interesting.
I don't think it. Again, Pats fan. Don't think it necessitates this type of hype. Like, I don't get it. I get. Okay, yes, Bill Belichick coaching college football. That's crazy. I agree, but I don't think we need to send everybody there like we're covering the Rose Bowl. Like, this is crazy. I mean, what are we doing?
I need him to show up in that that leather helmet that he was wearing on the college game day for the Army Navy game there a couple of years ago. That's what I need him wearing on the sideline.
Yep.
Will Secor asks, "Do we have a CW underdog?" We do not, and frankly,
Not this week.
maybe not this season. That TV deal might be gone. I'm not
No,
sure.
it's not, baby. Next
Uh-oh.
week,
Oh hell yeah!
Baylor at SMU is on the CW. Next
Stay
week.
tuned.
That game's going to be great. I cannot wait for that one. I mean, let's get through the week one stuff first, but that week two Baylor SMU, especially if Baylor beats Auburn Friday night, that could be a huge game.
Mm-hmm. That game could be huge. There's like one or two other games that could be huge next week, and then there's like 12 games that won't be huge. But we'll get to that next week. Don't worry about that. While we're here, Vince Wilkes over under Jeff Collins' seasons at South Carolina. What is he? Just like an analyst or something? He's not even the coordinator. I don't know what he's doing there. Seems like people get tired of him being around their program pretty quickly these days. So probably not very many. 1.5 is the total.
All right, gents.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thank you.
We'll score, by the way. Speaking of home field cooking, that whiteout jacket they came out with for Georgia Tech. They had a series of like whiteout and blackout jackets. Go get that. Homefieldapparel.com.
I got to.
And he muted his mic. Where'd he go?
I did mute my mic with that button right there. Got a sick home field apparel pullover that I wore to the bowl game with Mike last year, and it was great. And Dennis is in the comments asking, did Fox and YouTube TV reach an agreement? They
Temporary.
reached an extension of an agreement to get you through the weekend. So hopefully
Apparently,
they'll-
the head of the what is it? The something commit the I don't know, whatever the communications thing is. FCC. The head of the FCC apparently demanded that they figure it out before Ohio State, Texas on Saturday. So go
Okay.
America.
A temporary extension to get you through the weekend. I can relate.
That's right. There you go. Attaboy. There it is. In review. On that note, just to recap our locks, Mike has Clemson, LSU under 57.5 locked up. He has Alabama minus the 13.5 locked up. I have Virginia minus the 12.5 locked up against Coastal Carolina. I also have Notre Dame minus the 2.5 against Notre Dame or against Miami, locked up, as does Mike. So you've got 3 locks, Mike. I've got 2. We were 0-1 last week. What could possibly go wrong?
I guess we could go over this week as well.
Yeah. It's always possible with this show. Yeah.
Producer's pick of the week, Coastal Carolina plus 12.5.
That is correct. Sorry. Producer Scott has Coastal Carolina in a dueling lock with me as I lay the 12.5 with Virginia. We will see how it goes. Mike, Scott, anything else before we work on getting out of here?
Enjoy the games. Enjoy the weekend.
Oh, Bowling Green, Will Secor.
So about that, is Bowling Green an ACC school anymore?
No.
We don't want to have Scott Leffler there for what that's worth.
We can't. Do we have to kill the bit?
It might be time. It might be time to put it out to pasture, as we would say on this show.
Man, play the Falcon sound.
5 o'clock on Thursday on 6 o'clock on Thursday on ESPN Plus, damn Central Time. The Bowling Green Falcons hosting the Lafayette Leopards. That's a new. I didn't know about that. Don't have a spread or a total.
The Lafayette Leopards.
Is that? Wow,
Sounds like a high school.
It might be at this rate. I don't know. No, this is Lafayette from the Pat League. So okay, sure. New era for Bowling Green. They have a new head coach. We'll tell you his name later.
Did not
Eddie
realize
George.
Lafayette.
What is Eddie George?
Eddie George. Yeah, Eddie George. I didn't realize Lafayette from the Pat League was the Leopards.
I had no idea.
Thought they'd be something like, I don't know.
I think
Colonial.
Don't quote me. I think it used to be, and they had to rename. I think.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Interesting. Okay. Don't mess it up, Bowling Green and Eddie George. That would be a tough loss to take to start out the season.
That would be real tough. Be
Yeah.
calling for Eddie George's head already. We can't have that happen.
Yeah. Cannot have that. You want to work on getting out of here? It's late.
Yes.
We previewed 17 games if you include the Bowling Green game. So this is a pretty thorough rundown of week 1, if I do say so myself. We're going to get out of here. We got a lot of games to go watch, a baseball game to go watch on my end. So we'll see how all that goes. But we will be back. We're going to come back and recap week 1. Probably not Sunday night, maybe Monday night. Who knows? We'll be here. Hit the subscribe button, youtube.com/@the ACC Football Podcast. Hit the bell icon. You'll be notified when we're going live to recap all these games. Come join us in the comments. We had a great crowd with us here tonight. It's good to be back. Good to see everyone in there. If there are any Notre Dame fans, Notre Lame fans, Mike Jeezy was in there saying 23-10 Miami and wanted to know where you're at. So let him know where you're at if you're a Notre Dame fan, please.
They're just getting back. They're just getting back, unpacking their bags from the title game.
That's right.
That's what they're doing.
Sorry, they were busy. They were
They're a little busy unpacking.
Basketball conference podcast at gmail.com is the email address. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, anywhere you go find your podcasts, hit the subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. Mike, where else on the social medias?
We're on Twitch.
We are on Twitch.
I don't know if I could just can we stop pretending we're on Facebook?
We are very specifically technically on Facebook, but there is not a whole lot of anything going on there. So
We're on Facebook just as much as Hawaii's on Facebook. Scott, you get that reference.
maybe less,
Heyo.
honestly.
Yeah, honestly, maybe less. We're on Twitch. We created one earlier, so you guys are gonna have to fill me in on what that is. I mean, I know what
Yeah.
Twitch is. I don't know what our how you find us there.
That's
But
that's where we'll stream the video games one day. I'm sure.
Ironically, it's the same as Facebook. So twitch.tv/basketball conference.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's go find us
Subscribe
there.
there too. Send us bits on Twitch, as I'm told.
I have never used Twitch in my life. Fun fact.
If somebody can tell us how to use Twitch, please let us know. That would,
Please
that
let
would
us
be
know.
great. Y'all want to get out here and go watch some games?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
It's here.
It is here. It's Christmas.
Joey, good luck Friday night to
Thank
the
you.
Jackets.
Good luck to you on Sunday.
I don't
Hey, you know what? You got nothing to lose. So just,
right. Right. Yeah. I mean, I do feel it's like monkey off your back a little bit.
yeah. Meanwhile, the national media has been talking all offseason about how they think Georgia Tech is maybe going to go to the ACC championship game and probably beat Colorado. So hope we don't screw that up. But, stranger things have happened, as we say.
There's a lot of parallels between, and hopefully things turn out better. A lot of parallels between Georgia Tech this year and how people were talking about Virginia Tech last year.
Oh,
no. just letting you know. Just hoping it goes better for you.
Oh, that was not nice. That was not nice.
Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Hope it goes better for you all because that was not fun for me.
Yeah. Well, on that note, y'all enjoy the games. We'll be back to recap all of week 1. Again, subscribe on YouTube and you'll find out when we're going to go live. We'd love to have you join us in the comments to recap these games. For Mr. Mike McDaniel, for producer Scott, I'm Joey Weaver. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will talk to you again very, very soon. Enjoy the games. Until next time, go ACC.